last duty that we were doing as sons. So I would certainly recommend anyone, if you are in that position, please do take the opportunity to do that.
I think the other thing is it's a quite an intimate thing, you know, and I think you'd rather, you know, have your own family members. You'd rather have your sons wash you rather than some stranger that you don't know. So I don't think it's correct that we always rely on one or two people to wash the dead. I think it's upon us to learn how to do that. It's not difficult.
Because often people will say, look, that's not the last memory I want to see of my sort of deceased relative. But it's more the opposite. It's like you said, you have to think about the deceased and how would they have wanted it.
Yeah, think about yourself. You know, would you want you know, some stranger to touch you, or would you rather have, you know, your own family? You'd rather have your own family. Another thing is that we always have to think of what is best for this person, and what is, because that person, see, that the thing with a dead person is they cannot help themselves. They're totally reliant on you. Whereas the other way around, when you're alive, you know, you can look after yourself. You can do things for yourself. So that person's more in your need than he has or she has ever in the entire life. So they're totally reliant on you. And so, you know, you shouldn't shy away. Another thing is that you should face death. You know, it's a reality. And a lot of people, when they do wash a person, then the reality hits home. A lot of people change when they have a death in the family because their own mortality comes, you know, comes clearer to them. They realise that's going to happen. That's going to be me one day. You know, I need to do something with my life. So there's a lot of benefits from it.
Exactly. And before you carry on with the next stage of the funeral, Lazim, can I bring you into this?
Yeah, I mean, you made a lot of important points, and I think it made me reflect that actually my first experience, my intimate experience with death was actually as a medical student. I was in my third year, and myself and my friend Imran, and classmates, we used to hang around the mosque a lot in between classes because it was right next to it, and there was a Mauritian brother who passed away. He had no family, so there was a call put out for anybody to help with the ghusl because he had no family. And myself and Imran thought, well, why not? We've got nothing better to do. So we went and did also. And I have to say that that experience of washing another body was actually education for two purposes. One is that we often, as students, learn about death. We had very little experience of it because at that stage you don't get exposed to patients. So you're coming into close contact with a body that was in rigor mortis. It was cold. It was hard. And second thing was, this brother had no family. And it made you realise that as Muslims, as Shayk mentioned, it's a great privilege if you've got family to do it for you, but the reality is that you don't know when you're going to die, where you're going to die, how you're going to die. And it's so important that we as Muslims have that experience of knowing how to wash a dead person, because the reality is you could be leading the ghusl, let alone be part of that ghusl, if somebody passes away at a time when there's nobody else there to step in. And it's so important that you know what to do, because if it's your first time, then naturally you will be nervous, you will not know what to do, you'll be uncertain. But if you have previous experience,